Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk a bit about the situation between Claressa Shields and Laila Ali. A lot of people are discussing it right now, and it's definitely getting attention. I've always respected both women as boxers. I remember when Laila once interviewed Claressa and gave her advice. It seemed like they had a good connection back then. But sometimes, in sports and life, the people you look up to can later become your competition. I don't want to assume too much about what happened between them, but I'll share my honest thoughts on the situation. Let's get into it.
This one hurt me, man. What happened with you and Laila?
Oh.
I knew y'all had history,
Mm-hmm.
but I had forgot all the history y'all had. You said at one point in time you had Laila's number in your phone as Big Sis Laila.
Yep.
How did we go from that to here?
I won a world championship at 168, super middleweight.
Okay.
She was champ there. And then people started making comparisons. That's when like the texts and the good luck stuff from Laila stopped.
Really?
I know a mutual friend was at one of her fight parties that she threw for when I was fighting because we was cool like that. She threw a fight party. She had a fight party at her house for me. And once I won the fight at super middleweight, I think in the interview they asked me, Claressa, so what does it say? I'm like, this proves that I'm the best woman fighter in the world, And I think that that may have rubbed her the wrong way. And I think from what I heard, people that was at her party was like, oh, Laila, she'll give you a run for your money. And I feel like she felt some type of way about that. Do I still want to fight you? Yes. But do I love you? Yes. And do I think that you did a lot for women's boxing and for me? Yes. So it can be reconciled if you wanted to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But I don't have any, I don't wish bad on you, and I wish you and your family well. And if you ever want to fight, it's still on the table. Even spar, But I don't think that we have to go in life, hating each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't hate.
Recently, Claressa Shields and her team were seen in a video sitting at a round table, offering a $15 million challenge to Laila Ali. Now, let's be honest, the timing doesn't make much sense. Their age difference alone makes this fight unrealistic. This kind of matchup should have happened years ago when Claressa was just rising and Laila was finishing her career. At this stage, even if Claressa won, people wouldn't take it seriously because Laila has been retired for so long. It would look like she just tried to train and make a comeback after being away from the ring for years. Still, there's clearly some tension between them, and we're going to break down what might have caused this fallout.
Yeah, we had Laila Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. I think it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me. That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself first, nobody else ever will. She wants to be in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. Right now, it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone like her or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to tear down his very own child? My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well. You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need some bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years, still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light skin that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes.
You have a clear picture of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments?
Went against her advice, and I was the first woman to make $1 million in women's boxing. Before this interview on The Breakfast Club with Laila Ali, me and her were very friendly. This is what ignited the entire beef.
You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. I mean, you know, it's still not what I would have wanted. I would have wanted more because I have a big picture in my mind. It was great.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun, shits and giggles?
Money right, Laila there, and you know, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
She claims that I took this out of context. And one thing I will say, she wasn't just saying that I wasn't good enough to inspire her and to give her a challenge. She was saying that all the women who were currently boxing could not give her a challenge.
Do you think Ronda Rousey, would you be able to take Ronda Rousey?
And no woman can beat me, period. No woman, period.
Not even Ronda?
Of course not. She's too much smaller than me anyway. She's like the size of my daughter, my 3-year-old.
In Laila Ali video, she says that I have become a disappointment and a bad representation of our sport and culture. When Colin Kaepernick started to kneel to protest racial injustice and police brutality, it was a chain reaction. The world was tired of seeing unarmed black men being gunned down and killed by the police. Everybody came together to fight and stand united under one slogan: Black Lives Matter. Instead of joining the fight, this is what Laila Ali had to say. Play the clip.
You're black, but we as black people are not calling the shots. We're not in charge. You have to fit in. You have to conform to a certain extent, but still try to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like with me, for example, I don't a lot of times just post that I like, that I might see that are very pro-black, but I won't post it on my Facebook page because I have fans from all races, from all around the world, and I don't ever like to make people feel separate. You know, and sometimes they do, like when you just be like, Black Power, I love my, you know, so it's like, you know, I think it's time to like, I like the all lives matter, or all lives matter, you know, and that's kind of what my focus is, but it's hard, you know, because, you know, you got sponsors, and you got this, and you got that, and you don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Claressa Shields.
Claressa.
Watching Claressa Shields.
Okay.
We're not even in the same weight class. I know that she walked around heavier, but that would not happen. And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out. But because she's not talented enough to beat me. You're talented. You can box. You can.
Oh, shit.
Every female fighter who wins a WBC title receives her belt with my face displayed on it. Now that truly is something special to me. So, did her plan work? Did she make me mad enough to come out of retirement after 18 years and start training again to make her dream of fighting me and having a big payday courtesy of Laila Ali come true? Absolutely not. After years of blatant lies and vile disrespect, making unsolicited negative remarks about me, questioning the legitimacy of my boxing legacy, and having the audacity to cross the line by disrespecting my deceased father, trying to use his name to discredit his daughter.
Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
She will not be rewarded with the opportunity to share the ring with me or anything else. There's your answer.
Claressa Shields and Laila Ali's situation is honestly one of those things where both sides have feelings that make sense. When you look up to someone, you naturally expect something from them. You want to learn from them, be inspired by them, and even follow their example. That's what Claressa once wanted from Laila. She looked up to her like a big sister. Someone who opened the doors for women's boxing and showed that women could headline big fights too. Laila Ali, on the other hand, once had the chance to guide Claressa to play that mentor role. It could have been a big sister, little sister kind of bond. But somewhere along the way, that connection didn't happen. Maybe pride, competition, or miscommunication got in the way. Both women have strong personalities, and in a sport like boxing, that's expected. You see, it's easy for things to get personal when two great athletes are being compared. Imagine being Laila Ali. You've already made history, carried your father's legacy, and helped women's boxing become respected. Then suddenly, people start calling someone else the greatest, or saying she's better than you ever were. That can sting. You might feel like, hold on, I helped build this sport. I should still be respected for that. At the same time, Claressa is now at the top of her game. She's confident, maybe even a little defensive when it comes to proving herself. She's worked hard to get there, and when she hears people questioning her or comparing her to Laila, she might feel like, I've earned my place. I'm not just living in anyone's shadow anymore. So in some ways, both of them are right. Laila wants her legacy respected, and Claressa wants to be recognized for her accomplishments. But when pride gets involved, things can spiral quickly, especially when fans and the media keep fueling the fire. Now let's be real. In boxing, that fighter mindset never turns off. When Laila said, "No woman can beat me," that wasn't arrogance. That's just what fighters believe. It's how they're wired. Every great fighter thinks like that. You can't be in the ring and doubt yourself. So even when Laila said that, it was just her competitive nature speaking. Claressa's the same way. She's a champion. She's got that same energy, the same drive to stay on top. So when you put two people like that in the same conversation, there's naturally going to be tension. Neither one wants to back down, and both have something to prove. The part that surprised me, though, is how personal this has become. Laila is from an older generation. She's already done it all, while Claressa is still in her prime. Realistically, Claressa should see Laila as someone who paved the way, someone whose name made it easier for her to shine. That's not a person you should fight, but someone you should honor. Likewise, Laila could look at Claressa like a younger version of herself, strong, ambitious, and outspoken. It's not about competition anymore. It's about passing the torch. They could have been allies instead of rivals. Now there's been some back and forth online about Laila feeling disrespected and Claressa feeling misunderstood. Laila said Claressa disrespected her father, Muhammad Ali. But honestly, I think that might have been taken the wrong way. Claressa has always spoken highly of the Ali family. Sometimes admiration can be misunderstood as competition. If you look closely, there's a lot of respect on both sides, just buried under pride and public comments. Then there's the talk about colorism and social issues that got mixed into all this. Claressa mentioned that Laila once spoke about All Lives Matter during the Black Lives Matter movement, and that stirred more controversy. Let's pause there for a second because this topic always gets people emotional. I remember when the Black Lives Matter movement started. The idea behind it was to stand up for justice, especially after so many tragic incidents like Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Philando Castile. The original purpose was powerful and necessary. But like many movements, it eventually got mixed with politics, money, and agendas that didn't always align with the original message. At first, some people genuinely supported it because they believed in equality. But when the organization's website and financial issues started coming to light, like buying expensive homes and misusing donations, many began to question its real intentions. So when Laila made comments that leaned toward All Lives Matter, it may not have come from a bad place. It might have been her way of saying that she didn't fully trust how the movement was being run. I get that. I've had my own experiences that made me aware of how real racism and profiling are. I remember once when I was a teenager, just coming home from work, and the police stopped me twice within a few minutes, for no reason. The second time, they were aggressive, and I was just a kid bagging groceries. That kind of thing sticks with you. So yes, Black lives absolutely matter, but it's also okay to question organizations that claim to represent us, but don't always act with honesty. Now back to Claressa and Laila. At the end of the day, I truly hope they find a way to make peace. Both of them have done incredible things for women's boxing. Claressa is a two-time Olympic gold medalist and a multiple-time world champion. Her fights bring excitement and attention to the sport every single time. And Laila, she helped make that possible. As Muhammad Ali's daughter, she carried that legacy with grace and power, and she made people pay attention to women's boxing long before it was popular. It would be amazing to see these two women put the drama aside and come together, maybe not in the ring, but as representatives of women's boxing. Imagine if they worked together on a mentorship program for young female fighters. or even appeared together at events. That would be powerful. I think Claressa could really benefit from Laila's wisdom and experience, and Laila could be proud knowing that her influence helped shape the next generation. That's what legacy is about, passing something down, not holding on to it forever. So instead of being rivals, they could be sisters in spirit, united by the love of boxing and respect for each other's journeys. Like how Mike Tyson still speaks with deep respect about Muhammad Ali, calling him his hero. That's the kind of energy we should see between Claressa and Laila. At the end of the day, I'm not here to take sides. I've learned that unless you're in the room hearing those private conversations, you can't know the full story. What we can do, though, is hope they find peace and mutual respect. Both women deserve that. Both earned their place in history. So let's celebrate that instead of focusing on the conflict. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.